Podcast with Paul. I'm your host, Paul. Right, turn up that dial, plug in those headphones, but if you're driving, focus on the road. Okay, I hope your commute to work is going to be good. In the meantime, you can listen to my super sexy voice. Okay, only kidding. Right, so today, you've seen in the title, today we're talking about the big issue. What is the big issue, I hear you ask? The big issue is a magazine that's for those that are at risk or that are homeless. So homeless people are able to help themselves by having like a business, you know. It's a registered charity. It's very positive. It's a big charity. It's been going for over 30 years now, over 30 years. It was started in London in 1991. So it's a legitimate income that homeless people can have for themselves. All right. Though they have to purchase the magazine, and the magazine now is well, it's always been half price for them buying it and then able to sell it to the public. So the magazine now is £2 or €2 or $2. And so the cost is to the public is £4. Now, I think that's quite expensive, but I'll get onto that in a moment. So this charity is very popular, it's very big, it's been going for quite some time. And as you can see, there's a gentleman holding a magazine inside a plastic bag, because here in the UK it rains quite often. He's wearing a tabard, so high vis, because often they're near roads, and so they want to reduce the likelihood of getting run over. That wouldn't be good for the charity, would it? You know. So also they have an ID badge, identification badge, because they have to be registered and shown to be legitimate. Also, so they don't have lots of complaints against them. They could be recorded, and then maybe they could have some training in regards to their service to the public. So these guys and gals sell the magazine on the street, outdoors all the time. They have their own location. Often it's in a shopping mall or a train station. Sometimes it's just on the street, maybe outside of a big shop or maybe a supermarket where there's plenty of foot traffic, because that's quite important to have the foot traffic and people around to buy the magazine. So as I said, it's been around for a long time. It's now in Australia, Japan, Kenya, Korea, Namibia, Ireland, South Africa, Taiwan, and Zambia. Maybe it's in your country. Let me know if it's in your country. I want to know. It does come under some criticism occasionally, but we'll get on to that in a moment. On a positive note, it has had a number of awards now, like from the United Nations and from other people that say, or other organizations saying that it's doing a lot of good work for the community. Now, I agree. Helping the homeless people like have a franchise or their own business to be able to get themselves in a better situation financially, so they don't feel like they're begging. It helps the self-esteem and the confidence. And I believe it helps the community. It helps the community by showing the community they're engaged, they're happy, they're often bringing light and a ray of sunshine to the streets, and we forget to look up and smile and connect with a person. So I think the homeless people selling the big issue is a positive thing for the community. Now, on the negative side, there is a little bit of criticism, in that sometimes some people feel they're getting less than national minimum wage, which is like $10 an hour. Also, that they can be on the streets for a long time. They could have long shift. Maybe they start at 7 in the morning till 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, whenever the community is most alive and more likely to buy their magazines. And also, sometimes they feel a target. There's been reports of big issue sellers, vendors, being threatened and maybe a little bit of turf wars, because some areas, some patch or location is deemed and considered to be a lot more profitable than other areas. There's been a little bit of controversy over that and a little bit of confrontation, from what I understand. So that's some of the negatives. But I really believe it's a good thing, and we should be supporting people that are sending the big issue. Now, to come into the 21st century, some of the things they've done, other than wearing more new and high-vis jackets and clothing, is also, and I think they should sell bags, and they should sell to the public bags and hats and cups, things like that. That's another story. But they are engaged with the public, so that's great. Some of the other criticism is that the magazine isn't, sorry, I'll come on to that. The positives is that they're getting celebrities involved. More celebrities are getting involved, and even Prince William has a plan to try and help homelessness within the next 5 years. And he himself has brought in some celebrities. There was an article about him talking when he was very young, how his mother introduced him to homeless people and said about this charity and how everybody needs to get involved, because everybody is the community. So it's not something you can shy away or hide from. So, like I said, Prince William is involved as well, and lots of other celebrities. So, but the downside is that even though they have an app on their phone, or they have a Square card reader to take payments from phones or debit cards, that's a really good thing to bring them into the 21st century. There is a lot of concern because of Brexit and COVID. There's a lot less foot traffic on the streets. There's a lot less people getting out there and meeting the vendors and connecting with the vendors and buying the magazine. So that's a real big problem at the moment for the vendors. And as well, personally, I think, just my opinion, that the magazine is going downhill. The quality of the magazine, and it's not a very attractive magazine to offer inspiration. It feels a bit political and a bit dark and heavy, and not a lot of happy lightness in it. And also the quality of the magazine is a bit low key. So if you're listening, vendors or the Big Issue charity, if you're listening, please do inject some more life into that magazine. It really needs a bit more inspiration and love and happiness with it. I don't feel inspired to pass it on to a friend or to suggest it to a friend. The Big Issue should be something that we all want to read. And at the moment, I don't want to read it. I've not bought one for a while because I've been around traveling. And as I come back to the country, and I just bought my first one in probably 2.5 years, I was very disappointed. I was like, oh, I've made myself read it, but it wasn't inspiring or enjoyable. There was a couple of stories out of the whole magazine that I read all the way through. The rest of it was just glancing over. So it definitely needs a bit of sprucing up and a bit of entertainment. So the other factor that many vendors of the Big Issue are struggling with is that it's not one of the most trendy charities at the moment. Now, forgive me, but there is a lot of sadness in the world. There's the war in Ukraine, there's earthquakes, there's other wars in other countries, there's a lot of problems throughout the world, and they're all very, very deserving charities. So I'm not taking away from that. They are very deserving charities. And I don't have a lot of money. Personally, I believe charity begins at home, and you start with your own town, your own village, your own community. And that's where I try to start. That's where I help. Now, something you could do at home, maybe if you're in the UK, or you could do something similar in your country, is often you'll get a loyalty app, maybe from Lidl's, a supermarket, or Greg's, a pastry company, and you can get free pastry or free coffee. I often give this, or my wife often gives this to a vendor or a homeless person, or even just asking if they want a bottle of water or a sandwich. That's what we do. And that's so easy to do now with the free gifts on your loyalty, on your app, on your phone. So getting out there and helping in your community, the people that are make up your community, that they're all valuable. We're all valuable in a community. So getting out there, helping, engaging, connecting, and often there's some inspiring and uplifting stories. It's very, very positive and productive, and it makes you feel good inside as well, you know, that you're connecting with human beings. That's how I feel about it. Let me know in the comments, what do you feel about it? Do you have homeless people in your village or your city? Do you connect with them? Do you prefer other charities? Are there other charities that are more needing right now? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, so my concerns are for the decline of the big issue and people not being able to, vendors not being able to sell as much, people not wanting to buy as much. That we need to get on to the big issue charity. They need to do a bit more. And we can help more by giving the coffee, the sandwich, even if it's free on our app. So I believe a charity starts at home. I want to help as many people as I can. Actually, if you click like and subscribe on this video, it will help me and therefore will help other people too. Right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd really like to know. Oh, briefly on the website, this is BBC website, very good website. Talks about, again, homelessness, about some of the stories, the people that are getting involved, how much it is. You can see it's a little bit dated now because it's £4. And the old magazines they have to rip up, they can't sell old magazines. So they are quite accountable and have to be a little bit more transparent in this day and age. You can't just try and rip anything off. But yeah, it's a very good cause, and I think we should all get involved and we should all be connected with the community and be part of the community. So please do get involved. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Let me know, do you have charities? Do you support charities? Tell me, what do you think? All right, that's it for today. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Take care, and remember, as always, have fun learning, otherwise you're not going to learn. Take care, bye-bye.